Probably ready to turn mom right now.
Hey, y'all.
Hello.
How are you? And welcome to the
Good. How are
stage
you?
live. I'm Pam Jones, your host. And guess what? This is episode 10. I've been riding this thing right on out. Episode 10. And I'd like to welcome everyone who's viewing and those who will be viewing. I am joined today with my special guests, Reagen Daly and Andrew Daly. Woo! Yes. So how are you? Reagen, Andrew, how y'all doing?
Good.
Good. That's awesome. Not to be mistaken, we are also joined by their fabulous parents, Davison Daly and Latoya Daly. Welcome to the virtual stage. Thank you so much for allowing me to come into your home. I'd like to do a brief introduction. I know you all saw the video, and so you see who we have here on today. But first, I'd like to introduce Reagen Daly. Reagen Daly is 10 years old. She is in the 5th grade, and she is an honor roll student. Her hobbies are currently TikToking. She's a and her favorite color is pink. She is also the voice of the audiobook Glitter Everywhere by Pavaggio. She is the voice. If you have not purchased that book, go ahead and purchase Glitter Everywhere, and the audiobook Reagen Daly's voice is on there. Next, we have Andrew Daly. Andrew Daly is 10 years old. He is in the 5th grade. He's also an honor roll student. His hobbies are gaming. And as I stated before, he is the voice of Glitter Everywhere audiobook. So if you have not purchased it, please go ahead and purchase the audiobook. And we are so happy to have you all. I've enjoyed promoting you this week and just seeing how amazing you are. A lot of people don't know. They think you're all quiet, but they don't know how absolutely amazing you are. Toya, their mom is a principal consultant, and Davison works as a chief apostle accountant. I don't know if you guys have ever had a chief apostle accountant, but he is that. I love you, brother. Also, I want to give a shout out to their amazing family. They have 2 other sons. Shout out to Christopher Daly and shout out to Caleb Daly. Christopher is a senior now at Texas Tech, and Caleb Daly is currently serving our country in the United States Navy. So shout out to them. What an amazing family you have there, Davison. So I just want to make sure that you know that y'all are rocking it. Y'all rocking it over. Y'all 6 deep. Y'all 6 deep, and y'all are rocking it over there. So let's just get right into it. Twins. Davison, Toya,
Yes.
whichever one want to take it
Yes.
first. How did you feel when you found out you were having twins?
This one claimed
He knew?
like I knew it. I was in shock because I was like, I wasn't trying to have no 2 babies. I was just trying to have 1 baby.
Just trying to have 1 baby. Wow. So you found out you were having twins, and how did it go with you carrying them and everything?
Oh, it was rough. Yeah. It was different. A lot of sleepless nights. I was pretty big, and I mean, I'm not the smallest person, but I don't have the biggest frame, so that was a lot to tote around. And they went full term. So
yes, they did.
Yeah.
They did. And you know what? The good thing about it, I was blessed to see you carry the twins. You were absolutely a trooper. I mean, you carried those babies like they was just, some buns or something that you had in the oven, and they was just getting ready to come out. You did a fabulous job with carrying them. So shout out to you. How about you, Davison? What has your feelings been since birthing twins, since having them join your family?
We started over when we had them because the boys were practically halfway out the door. So when we had them, it was starting all over. But the good thing was we're in a much better position than when we had the boys and all around between our relationship and our finances. So it was we we still had our obstacles that we had to get past, but I think it was a lot smoother than when the first two.
Yeah, Christopher and Kayla were our practice run.
Wow.
No, but yeah.
Yeah, so that's double everything. Yeah, how do you plan for double everything?
How do you plan for double everything?
You don't.
Because like now I look at people who have babies now and I'm looking at their registry and I'm like, oh, they didn't have that gadget. That would have been real helpful if they had that gadget back when. But there's no matter how much talking you do, how many people you consult, every experience is different. So people can give you tips, but your multiple experience is probably going to be different than their multiple experience.
Wow, that's good. So what are you doing differently with the twins that you didn't do with Caleb and Christopher?
Well, I think because we're in a different position, we're able to be. I mean, we can say that we are able to enjoy our kids as they grew up. We took part in all of their activities, but I think we can do that more now. We have the luxury of having more freedom at work. So, so we can, not to say we can go as we please, but we can work from home as needed. We can travel more with the twins. Even though the boys, they got an opportunity to see some things, the twins got to go. I mean, they got to go to Europe.
Yeah.
And, how many 8-year-olds get to do that?
Right.
And so they've been exposed to a little bit more than the other two have. But I think we've always taken that opportunity to expose them, all of our kids, expose them to different elements. So I think they may have gotten a little bit more, but it's pretty much the same as what the other two would have gotten.
Okay, I want to talk to Reagen and Andrew. Can you tell me what has it been like during this pandemic? I know you finished school off and you had to do homeschooling. So how did that particularly go for you?
It's okay. We're mostly like fighting all the time because but it's going good. Like we have our differences and stuff, and like because like we always want to do everything, and we're always like we can't like keep each other like to where we're not like bored all the time. And with him always on his phone, I'm just like walking around the house and being bored and stuff.
Right. Wow. So how about you, Andrew? How's it been for you during this pandemic?
It's been rough. I'm mad that we have to have school online because I just want to go to school just to see my friends.
Yes. Yeah, that's cool. And so now the promos that we did this week, it showcased some of the things that you guys are doing. And to have trained very well to do. Not only are you doing them, but you're doing very well in them. We have Andrew, who is in baseball, and we have Reagen, who is in cheer. Now, let me put this nugget here. I know when I started doing this, the virtual stage live, it was basically for children who were gifted and talented in the arts, because my passion for it was the Pavaggio Music and Arts Academy. Well, this happened, so I ended up doing the virtual stage just to keep some type of light going on. However, when I thought about it, I was like, you know what? Sometimes we have cases where parents will put their children on these arts paths, and that's not their path. And Toya and I talk about it from time to time, but can you expound more on that, Toya? How you've had Reagen in the arts, and you figured, just go ahead and talk a little bit about that.
So Reagan, you know, when your kids are small, you want to put them in the activities. So we started off with soccer. That was a no-go. I think, I think, and Tara is watching. She probably
Tara's
sat in
watching,
Tara's
yes.
lap
They
the
were
whole
soccer.
soccer season, no matter how much we begged and pleaded for her to go out on the field. Then she did dance for a year. And I think she was good at dance. Her memory to recall things. That's why she enjoys TikTok so much. You know, the different choreography. But her memory to recall things is really good. So doing dance, I thought would be, you know, the next a good thing for her to do. She likes to be inside, so anything outside we learned probably wouldn't be the best.
She don't like to sweat.
Yeah. So putting her in dance, she enjoyed it. It was good, but I think it was a little slow, you know, for her. So there was a facility around the corner from the house where I just one summer giving them something to do during the summer. They had a class for girls and then a class for boys to do just tumbling, etc. So I put her in that. And so she really enjoyed it. She took to it very well. And so we moved to another gym, and one of the coaches was like, put her on a team, you know, we think she'll do good. And so from that point forward, that's really kind of been her clique. She loves it. She enjoys it. And everything that comes with it. So it has really progressed her.
I mean, like what switch that allowed you to be open to do something different? Because parents are so apt to put their children in dance or sports or something like that. But what made you say, you know what, let's try this? And Reagan, you can jump in whenever you want. Like, what made you be like open to, you know, wanting to try it?
Well, like I always knew that I didn't want them to do anything they didn't want to do. I didn't want them to do anything just because I wanted to do it, or I wish I could have did that when I was younger.
Oh, say
So
that
when I
again.
found-
Say that again. Say that again. Say it again. Say it again.
I didn't want to be like, oh, I wish I did that when I was younger. So let me have them do
Yeah.
those things. Even with Christopher and Caleb, it was always about, what do you want to do? And for the activities that these kids are in, this stuff isn't cheap.
Right.
So if it's something that I'm going to be paying for, reoccurring payments, then you're gonna have to like it. You're gonna have to excel in it. It has to be something you want to do, because it's not gonna make either I'm gonna be frustrated, you're gonna be frustrated.
Right.
So it's not worth it. The frustration isn't worth it. Now, if it's something you enjoy, I'm behind you all the way. But if it's just something you're doing because I want you to do it, then that's not something you enjoy, and we're both just going to be miserable in the end. So
yeah, and that's important that more parents think like that. Allow your children to develop and grow into it. So Reagan, what clicked with you when when you was like, yeah, like I can do this, and I'm actually pretty good at it. What clicked at that?
It just like felt like it was like, I don't know how to like explain it, but like it felt like it was like in my category to where like it was fast enough for me. It's like I could learn like something like in like 2 weeks or something. That was like very fast for me, and it just like felt very fun, and how they were like very nice, and they weren't like always like yelling at you all the time, and like giving you opportunities. Like if you mess up, then it will be easy for you to try over again, instead of just you moving on and then we'll never do that one again and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, it's amazing how you are embracing the challenge of cheer, and you guys will see later on. I'm going to play one of her sets, but the challenge is, I mean, when you see all of that's just going on, I don't know. I sing, so I understand soprano, alto, tenor, and some moving parts, but all of that commotion that you have going on the floor, honey, listen, I don't know if I'll be able to do it. So shout out to you. And Andrew, I know that you were trying a lot of different sports. You also did soccer and things like that. Davidson, speak more to placing Andrew into his niche.
I mean,
He didn't want him to play football.
He played flag football. He played soccer. he played baseball, and it seemed to baseball is what he liked most. I'm not going to force anything on them, but if they want to try it, I'm going to stand behind them 100%. And then if they like it, we're going to continue to feed into it, because we believe in education here, but there's more to it than that. So we want him to be well rounded. And he enjoyed baseball. So he's a lefty. So he's limited on what he can play. But
Ooh, a
when
lefty.
he's out there, he enjoys it and he does well. So
Yeah,
he can
that's good.
continue.
That's good. Andrew, tell us a little bit more about why did you lean more toward baseball?
It's because the other sports I did, I didn't really like the gameplay, but in baseball, I really like the gameplay because we got to do more than just one thing.
Mm-hmm.
We got to hit, field.
Mm-hmm. That's good. So what position do you play?
I play first base and pitcher.
Wow. That's good. So how you developing as I see that you guys do a lot of training and practicing. How do you feel your dedication has grown and passion toward practicing and training?
It's grown a lot because
How about you,
my
Reagan?
coach,
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Andrew.
because my coach would always make us get up early and have practice. So I think it's grown a lot.
That's good. What about you, Reagan?
I've like grown a lot because to where I am now, to where when I first started, they like were like really tough on us and like pushing us, but they only did that to make us better so we could get to
Yes.
where we are right now. And I've like grown a lot because I've learned more and harder skills than I've known when I first started. And I
And they'll see
started
that.
learning like harder stunts and like jumps and stuff than I was when I was on at SEA on a level 1 team, because they were like very like playful and stuff and they weren't like that focused. But now that I moved to Woodlands, they're very determined to make sure you are better than all the rest.
They live up to their name, the Woodlands Elite, huh? That is awesome. So I want you to talk a little bit to the people about what it's like to be a twin. I want to know, what is your relationship like? Tell us a little bit more about that. I think I have some pictures to share. This is the twins when they were born. Oh, Snoop and Noose. I remember holding you, Andrew. I think you were that size or a little, maybe a couple of days older. So that's the twins there, and they are every bit of the word twin. Just as cute. What is your relationship like, guys? What do y'all have that twinning thing going on sometimes?
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes. What do you consider the twinning thing?
Like
Us like dressing the same when we don't like expect it. And like if he's thinking like of this color or something, I could like immediately guess it sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Y'all do. Parents, can you tell us a little bit more about this twin situation? Do you feel like they have this little syncness about them, like most twins do?
Yeah, like if one isn't feeling well, then the other one is kind of off until they're like, if one isn't feeling well, so one goes to school, the other doesn't. When they get home from school, it's like, where's my brother? Where's my sister? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Even recently, they moved into their own rooms, and sometimes I'll in the morning, I'll still find them. One has gone to the other's room and they're still sleeping together,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's good. That's good. I mean, and it's good to have that type of love for your sibling. Um, what do you feel like your relationship will be like when you get older, twins? Do you plan to still be close? I mean, you're 10 right now. Eventually, you both will start dating. Eventually, you both will go off to college. Eventually, you both. How do you plan to keep that syncness there?
We're we're like
What did y'all say about college and stuff, and when you get married and stuff?
My mom wants us to move into the same house,
Uh-huh.
but
So y'all can watch each other.
They got to go to the
don't
same
want to.
school. They
We
have to
don't want
marry
to.
brothers and sisters. They have to. I'm just joking.
We don't want. We don't want to move into the same house because then he's gonna leave his stuff all over the floor.
Right.
And then it's gonna make everything so messy. And then he said he wants to have a pet snake, and I don't like snakes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Okay. So I have had the opportunity to meet both of the extended families for you. And I know your grandmother is watching. So you did see her earlier. Davidson's mother is watching. And I also had an opportunity to reach out to your other grandmother who has a prior engagement, but she definitely wanted me to send you a message. So I have to make sure that I post this message that your grandmother wanted me to make sure that you have. She says, Reagen and Andrew, in the spirit of a proud grandmother, I want you to know that I'm very proud, so very proud of you both. I love you so much, but remember, Jesus loves you more. It is my prayer that you both continue to love each other unconditionally, and that as you grow, you will have the favor of men and our Lord. So that was the message she sent because she was not able to make it. And let me just say, between both of your grandmothers, they love you very, very much. You have awesome uncles, awesome aunts. I've just had the pleasure to just meet such a beautiful family. Now, who came in instead of your grandmother is waiting right here. Let me see if we can get on here if they are ready. Ah, look at there.
Hello.
So we have Christopher Daly who has joined us. Christopher, welcome to the virtual stage live. Thank you so much for taking a moment out of your schedule to be here. Can you please just kind of expound on what was it like to have these two added to the family when it had been you and Caleb for a minute?
I mean, it was cool getting extra bodies in the house. Being able to see them grow up from before they could walk to now.
Yeah.
And being able to teach them stuff along the way.
Yeah, and what kind of example do you hope to set for your brother and your sister?
I mean, I try to hold the same example as my parents did for me. Me not having any older siblings. Just try to keep them on the right path.
Yeah.
Just make sure they know what's right from wrong now before it's too late.
Yeah.
And just trying to keep them going in the right direction.
Yeah, and they're doing such a wonderful job. They look like they were surprised to see you. I'll let you go in just a moment, but before I let you go, I want you to just take this time publicly your brother and sister, Reagen and Andrew, how proud you are of them and to push them to continue to move forward.
I'm very proud of both of y'all. Y'all amaze me at every sport event. Every time I come home, y'all are even bigger than last time. Y'all changed a lot. And I've enjoyed growing up with y'all.
Oh.
Yeah.
Brother.
Y'all made me
Yeah, he's an awesome big brother, and we just love Christopher so much. And I think what I love most about Christopher is his openness to be compassionate. You know, there's not a lot of men who are open about being very compassionate and loving. So I just wanted to thank you for your time tonight and for joining us here on the virtual stage. Your dad is chunking you the deuce, and your mom. So take care,
Thank you for
Christopher. Thank you
having me.
so much. Okay, so Christopher was able to make it tonight, and I was so happy to see him. And Caleb, of course, could not make it because he's on assignment with the United States Navy right now. So I am so happy that we were able to talk to you all tonight. Make sure that you stay on the path that you're on. You have excellent parents. You have a huge support system, and the sky is the limit to whatever you want to do. And speaking of that, what is it that you want to do? Talk to us more about what do you want your future to look like? What do you want to do when you grow up?
So when I go to high school and middle school, I do want to be a school cheer. I do want to do school cheer and stuff. But when I graduate or graduate college, I do want to try to be a teacher.
Oh, good.
And after all stat school cheer and me graduating college and stuff, I do want to try to be a teacher at maybe in first or third grade maybe and stuff. So yeah.
That is awesome. That shows a compassionate heart. I know it may change, but that's good to know that at 10 years old that you are compassionate about, education, what happens in the classroom. How about you, Andrew?
I want to go to college and I'm gonna play in the MLB.
In the
And,
what? What was that?
MLB, Major
Oh,
League
okay.
Baseball.
Major League Baseball. Okay.
and then maybe win a World Series.
Okay. That's good. That's a high aspirations, and that is awesome. So tell me this. We have someone here who is definitely on board with you, Reagen. Yes. So we're going to use this time right now for your parents to go ahead and express their love publicly for you, because I see it privately all the time. But just to publicly express how proud they are of you and give you some words of encouragement before we leave.
Thank you, Pam, for putting me on the spot. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
But, it goes without saying, I love them. They have more than just my good hair. They have, they're 100% my children, and I'll always love them, and they can do whatever they want. I mean, in life, and we'll always support them as long as it's the right thing. And, they know to keep God first, and we're going to just continue to move forward.
That's great. How about you, Toya?
I just want to say that I am proud of both of them, how they persevere. With their training, they're very consistent. And once they start something, they do finish it, which makes me proud. And when they do things, they do it at 100%. So they don't half step. If it's something they're going to do, they do it at 100%. And one thing I can say about them, which really surprises me as kids, especially these days, is that they're not really worried about other people. They're really concentrated on, this is what I want to do. This is how I'm going to move forward. And that really makes me proud as well.
Yes.
And I don't think Toy and I can take all of the credit.
Yeah, no.
We have a great extended family.
The village.
We have a village, truly. And, we've learned over the years, it does take a village. So, so the village that we have, we appreciate them as well. The ones that are online, and Pam, you're one of them. So.
And let the village speak into your children.
If
you trust them enough to let them be around your kids, let them speak into your kids.
Yes.
So yes, we love our kids, but we have a lot of people that love them as well, and that we know that they are in great hands, no matter if we're around or not. And so, if they've had great influence. So that's always appreciated, and that makes our job a lot easier as well.
Yes, and that's one of the things that I'm very adamant about when I have people in my close circle. If you're not easy to love, sometimes it's difficult to kind of get a balance. But what I'm enjoying most about my life right now is the balance that I have, with my friends and my family, and just the openness that we have. So, Andrew and Reagan, if you have an opportunity to say something to your parents right now and thank them for everything that they've done, why don't you go ahead and do that? And we'll get to this clip.
Thank you. We love you.
Thank you. We love you.
Thanks for letting us do what we want to do in life.
Oh, yeah.
Love
Okay.
you.
Yes. And the good thing about this family is they are so they pump, they support each other 100%. We're going to take a here. Pastor Gina wants to know if you have any additional children. When people come in late to church and they sit in the back, it's in the back row. So
No,
let me say it for the people in the balcony. They do have some additional children, and we did have Christopher on before, so you have to catch the playback. What we're going to do right now is we're going to take a moment and go to a clip of Reagan doing her thing at the national cheer competition. I'm going to take just a second here and get prepared for that. Give me just a moment, and we'll be right back. I want to make sure that, Toya, you're going to make sure you talk us through what's going on this clip, correct?
Yes, I will.
Okay, great. And so you can go ahead and just kind of tell them what we're getting ready to watch.
So this was their Reagan's teams from last year's performance at NCA, which is held in Dallas. It's the big competition of the year. And so this was day 2. At the beginning of the Reagan is a base, what's called a base. So that's the person that's one of the individuals that holds up the flyer, which is the individual that goes in the air. So she is a base. She will be, if you're looking at your screen, she will be to the left of your screen in the opening
You
piece.
ready?
Yes.
All right.
And she tumbles to the right in the opening.
Let me get her going, and we are ready. Here we go.
Oh, it looks like it started from the middle.
I'm over here.
Yeah, she's on the left side of your screen. Oh, wait. Pam is taking it back.
Okay, there we go.
It's still at so she's her flyer group is the second group that's in the air. So from your left, it's the second group. She's in that bunch. You can't really see her, but she's down there holding. So she is on the very far left of your screen. That's her group. There, you can kind of see her.
Yeah, I see her.
Yeah, on the floor. So she is the one that puts one of the individuals, like I said, that puts the flyer in the air. So this is their stunt sequence from last year. So they worked all year perfecting this routine, and they had various competitions. She's jumping there now.
That was bad.
Where they went all over Atlanta, Dallas, places in Texas to compete.
Wow, so it's a traveling team.
Yes, they do travel to competitions all over. They did, and Reagan, you can talk about you guys at Summit Bid, but there's a big competition in Disney that happens every year, and her team did get, they were eligible for Summit. So it's something that you have to get invited to. You can't just go. So unfortunately, we didn't get to go because of COVID-19, but they did get invited.
So Reagan, what is it like learning this? It just looks like a lot. Like how do you?
It is a lot, but once you start going over it over and over again, it will kind of get stuck in your head to where when you go home, you will start doing it at home, and you'll get getting like stuck in your head. So like you'll start doing it at school, and stuff like that.
And here's
So to where when you go to competitions or go back to practice, you'll remember it and stuff to where you won't forget any part. But if you forget it, it's okay because in that little team we had a lot of people, so you couldn't really see most of the mistakes, most of them. But we just keep on doing it over and over again, and it just gets stuck in our head.
Wow, that
And
was
we just have
absolutely amazing. I mean, that is amazing. I mean, cheer is a sport, and I didn't
it is a
know
sport.
how serious it is. It's a serious sport.
Yep.
It's a serious sport. We have a message from your mom. Let's see her message here. I may not be there as much as I like, but I love them to the moon and back. I pray for them daily. I know they can do all things through Christ who strengthens them. Love you guys. Thank you so much. How
Yeah,
sweet.
Nana. Thank
Oh,
you, Nana.
yes. Oh, Gina want to know, do you want to be a flyer? Do you want to fly? I guess it's just fly in the air.
I was a flyer at my old gym
Mm-hmm.
just for like the opening part. I was okay. And then I was base for the rest of the
Well, I tell you
routine.
what, you train a lot. You train very
Yeah.
hard. You really do. You train very hard. And Andrew, I see you. I see you all the time. And your mom posts pictures of you, practicing pitching and things like that. And say it one more time, the investment has to be there.
Yes. Yeah. And it's not just going to practice for them, because if this is something that they want to get better in, it's the extra stuff. So Andrew does private pitching lessons and hitting lessons, and Reagan does extra tumbling just so that they can perfect their craft. So you have to be all in. So when a lot of these sports now, you have to be all in.
Wow. So how do you coordinate their schedule along with your schedule?
Our schedule works around their schedule.
There
Exactly.
you
We
go.
don't have no schedule. It's their schedule. We don't have no schedule.
It's their schedule,
It's
right?
their
Yeah, and
schedule.
most
Yeah.
parents that I've spoken with here on the virtual stage live is their sentiment. Their schedule becomes it. So everything works around their schedule.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, Reagan and Andrew, you are truly, truly blessed. And I want to thank you so much for coming to the stage tonight. I think one of the things that I've taken away from this is, making sure that you put your child in something that they like. Um, Putting
Yes.
a child in something that they like is very, very, very important, and not doing it just because um, you didn't do it when you were a teenager, you know. So that was my takeaway today, and just making sure that your children are happy. And like you said, now that you're in a good place, they can enjoy more luxuries and culture more. Your friends say you can't go nowhere. Oh, so if you have any questions for Reagan and Andrew, go ahead and drop them. We're getting ready to wrap up. Reagan and Andrew, thank you so much for coming to the stage. Christopher, if you're listening, thank you so much for taking out time to grace us with your presence. And we are so, so proud of you. We are so, so proud of you. Don't you ever forget, there is a village of people who are cheering you on and who are supporting you, who are just absolutely certain that you're going to continue to be amazing. So I take my hats off to you, Toya and Davison, for being who you are and for just loving me the way that you love me. And I don't want to start crying, because if I talk about how y'all love me, that will make me very emotional, because this love right here is an action word. So that's all I got to say in that regard. Davidson, you didn't have to agree like that. Whatever. Nobody asked you what thing. Nobody asked you anything. Tara wants you to know that she is so proud of you as well. So we love you all. And I want to thank all of you for joining. Thank you so much
Yes.
for getting over here to the virtual stage live page and making sure that we are supporting Andrew and Reagan. Please tune in next week. Caleb Sylvester will be here, an amazing drummer, an amazing student, an amazing young man will be here. Y'all have any closing remarks? Should we take up offering? Huh?
Is
If you
there
like to
one?
bless Reagan and Andrew,
Is
go
there
ahead.
one?
Is there one? If you like to bless Reagan and Andrew, the Cash App is LM Daily 15. If you like to follow Reagan on TikTok, her TikTok, her TikTok is at red_2009. And don't forget to go ahead and like our Virtual Stage Live YouTube channel. And if you can, and you're here right now, or you're watching it through a shared channel, go ahead to the Virtual Stage Live page and like the page. And we'll be here again next week at 7:30. I love you all so much.
Love you more.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank
y'all
you.
have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.